Hi, Andy Lockwood, and today's presentation is called the Top 10 Questions We Are Getting on FAFSA Warrior, our new financial aid forms prep service. So over the last 2 weeks since we launched this, we've received a whole lot of questions from people who've signed up and people who have had questions about signing up. So Pearl and I thought that we would take a little bit of time just to go over some of the common questions. Maybe you have some of these. But again, FAFSA Warrior is our new financial aid forms preparation service. And I'm just going to launch right into the questions. And then if you have other questions, I'll tell you how to ask them a little bit later. So question number one is, how does it work? We now have in our possession a new software that has made our lives, meaning Pearl's life, a whole lot easier in terms of being able to prepare financial aid forms. Before, she used to have to first do a profile in many cases, and then she'd have to take that information, then do the FAFSA, and so on and so forth, a lot of changes back and forth. Now we have a very easy-to-use software that helps prepare both, kind of like an accountant who prepares tax returns. Why is this important? Well, it's important because it streamlines our business and allows us to take on more clients at a lower price. So that for you, what it means is our services are still accurate and solid and good and all that, but they're cheaper. So that's why we launched this FAFSA Warrior site. The way the service, the way it works is you give us the information that we require, which I'll talk about a little bit later. And then Pearl then goes ahead and prepares it in the right way. She, if there's any errors or any questions, she'll go back and forth with you by email usually, and then we take it from there. And then it gets filed according to your deadlines accurately, which of course matters. If you make mistakes, you might lose some money, and in a timely fashion. So that's basically an overview of how it works. So question number two is, how is this different than our regular consulting services? So in other words, our regular consulting services typically range from $1,500 to more than $6,000. And the FAFSA Warrior service, our new service, is much less expensive. Depending on when you're watching this, we may have been running a special, we may have terminated that. Either way, it's still less expensive than our consulting services. What's the difference? The difference is that this is, you give us the information and we will prepare the forms. Thank you, we're done. Consulting, which involves a lot more of our time and our resources, works a little bit differently. That we will tell you how we recommend filling out the forms, meaning that we'll give that advice in terms of how are you going to improve your eligibility for financial aid. So the FAFSA Warrior service, you're telling us how to fill out the forms. Now, I'm not leaving you high and dry in terms of that advice, because for the first 100 people who sign up for this service, we are also giving access to our membership site, which is kind of like a very easy to use and navigate sort of encyclopedia of all of my advice. So if you're looking for advice on how to improve your eligibility that I give to my high-paying consulting clients, or you're looking for advice on what assets count against you more than others and things like that, that is all in this membership site. So you have the resources to be able to tell us how you want the forms prepared, and of course you'll review them and all that, but it's not going to take our time. So this is great for someone who kind of wants to do it themselves, but not all the way. That's why we're offering that bonus, but you have to be one of the first 100 people to order. Okay, question number three, what do I need? What do I need to provide you guys? You get, after you sign up with us, you'll get a list of things automatically sent to you through the miracle of the internet. All it is very simple type stuff. It's your most recent income taxes, because we need your income information and some other stuff that's on the tax return. It is your list of where you have your savings, whether it's in a child account like a 529 or other types of accounts, including your retirement accounts, things like that. Again, you'll get that. We'll need a list of colleges that you're considering. And, of course, we'll need some other information about your son or your daughter, such as their College Board username and password. It's really only about 5 things that we need you to do, and fill out a short form that gives us your name and address and all that type of stuff. Very simple. Shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes to do. Send it in to us. We take it from there. Okay. Question number 4. How do I get stuff to you? Okay, great question. Thanks for asking that. The answer to that question is we don't care how you get it to us, just get it to us. So the best form is the best way is either to email it directly to us, to Pearl actually. Her email address is on the automatic email that you get. You can also fax it to us. That fax goes right to our secure desktops, so that means that we can access that information anywhere. Or you can mail it to the office. It's really up to you. We don't care. Or drop it off. We have many clients who are local. If you're more comfortable dropping it off, do that by all means. Okay. Question number 5. What happens after you file? This is looking ahead a little bit. So in other words, we prepare the forms, you review them, we walk you through how to file them, or you have us file them. Either way, what happens next? Well, what happens next is you call the schools to make sure they got your forms, and then you ask them if they need any other information, and either they'll tell you, we're not going to look at this for a couple of months, or yes, we got it, or something along those lines, and then you just kind of sit back and wait. There's really nothing else that happens until they give out the financial aid awards, which is generally March or April. We advise people, again, to follow up, make sure they got them, and then once you get your financial aid award back, then you should consider whether you need to appeal. So that is actually the next topic. If you get a financial aid award that is not ideal, not as much as you had hoped, then by all means you should try to improve that. Now, we are not helping you do that for this service. That's more of our consulting services. However, in that membership site that I mentioned before, there is an entire video presentation on exactly how to appeal. All the arguments, I've distilled them down. It's a separate webinar that I've sold for either $39 or $47, and it's a very popular webinar that people have ordered. That's a bonus for you, again, if you're one of the first 100 to order. If you still want some extra hand-holding, you want me to handle the appeal personally for you, I will work that out with you as a discount. Normally, my 1 hour hourly rate for consulting is $450, but because you are a FAFSA, if you do end up retaining us for FAFSA Warrior, then I will discount you from $450 down to $249. So you don't have to do that, but I'm just offering that to you as a bonus also. Okay, that was number 6. Question number 7. What if I live out of state? Can you still help me? The answer is yes. You don't need to be face-to-face with us. You know, we have clients in Utah, in Arizona, Hawaii, a bunch of other places, even out of the country. So we can do this all remotely. Anywhere you have an internet connection, fine. Okay. That was easy. Number 8, how do I know if because we have 2 choices, either the FAFSA only, the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA and the CSS profile. How do I know whether my school requires both financial aid forms? The short answer is it should be on the website, but the real story is sometimes it's not so easy for you to go on each college's website to figure out whether the school requires only the FAFSA or the FAFSA plus the profile. So if you have any questions, sign up for only the FAFSA, and then when you send us a list of schools, Pearl will double check, and she will see whether indeed the schools require only the FAFSA or the FAFSA plus the profile. If they do end up requiring both, but you sign up only for the FAFSA service, we will then contact you and you can adjust your account so we can do both. The profile happens to be a whole lot more involved and annoying and irritating than the FAFSA, but we only charge, I think, an extra $200 or something to do the profile. So either way, if you're not sure, just sign up for the FAFSA only service, and then we will then make the adjustment if it's necessary. All right. Why do you need my College Board username and password? That's a question we've gotten. Some people have responded and they've signed up for our service and they haven't given us everything we asked for. So one of those things is, well, College Board username and password, I don't need that. That's really for my SAT scores or something like that. It is, but it's also for preparing the CSS profile. So if you are applying to a set of schools that requires the profile, then we will need your College Board username and password in order to complete that for you. However, if you're just doing FAFSA-only schools, then we don't need it. So that's the answers to that one. Last question, number 10. I have, my school told me I have a deadline of January 1st. Can you accommodate me? Now, again, I'm not sure when you're going to be watching this. I'm recording this in the middle of December, beginning of December. But first of all, very few schools, or a couple, have an actual January 1 deadline. What a lot of people get confused by is that the FAFSA, the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, that every college takes becomes available on January 1st. It's not due on January 1st. In fact, college priority financial aid deadlines are all over the place. They can be February 1, they can be March 1st, they can be February 15th, they can be later. However, in no case are they the deadline that is listed on the FAFSA, which is the federal form. That date is usually January 30th. June 30th. That's not your deadline. Your deadlines are earlier. That'll vary by college. You have to look up each college itself and look at their priority financial aid deadlines. We do our best to double check this, but we can't be held responsible for several hundred clients with varying deadlines. If you do have a real January 1st deadline, just make sure that that's a deadline, not a, hey, you can file the FAFSA after January 1st. See the difference? I think you do. I think I spelled it out great, easily for you. So that's it. So we're doing another special. If you click on the bottom here, there's a link to check out. We have not yet hit 100 clients. That was our goal, but we're getting close. And if you want to take us up on this offer, it is still good to for a short while longer. I can't tell you exactly how long because we're going to go back up to the full price pretty soon, we anticipate. All you need to do is to click on the link below. You have a choice of either FAFSA or FAFSA plus the profile. If you have any questions, the email address is to contact us, and our phone number is right below us. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this cleared up some questions that you had, and we're looking forward to helping you if you want us to help you manage this process. Thanks a lot for watching.